Let's talk about persuasion in print. And here's an idea that you can use straight away, in fact this very day, which I believe from my experience will increase your conversion rates every time you use persuasion in print. Hello there, my name is Peter Thomson. I'm the UK's most prolific information product creator, and over the last 27 years I've been helping coaches, consultants, speakers and trainers, people like me and you, people in the helping industry, to increase their business, deliver more value, and as a result of that, get paid more. The way I think of it is this: the more outcome we deliver for somebody else, the more income we deliver for ourselves. And today's idea is slightly counterintuitive, but when we think about it differently, I think you'll say to me, yes, Peter, that's a cracker, I can use that today. Let me ask you this question. If somebody was going to be introduced by you onto a stage in order to share their ideas with people, would you do the introduction after they've spoken or before they spoke? And I think, as it's called, the introduction rather than the outroduction, we'd certainly deliver it before they spoke, wouldn't we? But why would we do that? In the same way, why is it that an author on their book, this is my book here, one of my many, many books, how to write this book in 5 days or less, why has it got my picture and some details about me on the back? Why would I want that so people can see it before they read rather than after they've read, even though it's on the back cover, somebody's likely to turn it over? You see, here's a question that people are asking about the information, the ideas and the methods that we share with them. And the question is this: who are you? Right? In other words, why should I believe you? You see, there's an old expression that says this. It says, you have to be heard to be believed. No, it's wrong. It's the other way around. You have to be believed to be heard. So, the counterintuitive idea I have for you in persuasion in print is this: is to use what happens in a film, use what happens in a speech in a slightly different way, and use the way that powerful writers do this, particularly when they're writing persuasively in print, direct mail, email, website, etc. And that is to use the information about you early in that conversation. So, for example, when I do these videos for you, you know I start with what we would call a hook. I talk briefly about what I'm going to talk about with some benefit for you before I say who I am. But quickly, before I get into the detail, I tell you who I am and what I've done, a little bit of bling, a little bit of history. In the same way, if you were writing, let's say, a web page, you would probably have a headline at the top. And then, in the same way, in an email, you'd have a subject line, a headline. You then talk a little bit about you first. Now, I know most people say, oh no, hang on, that seems wrong. No, trust me, it isn't wrong. It's absolutely right. So when you start that communication, so that somebody can believe you and therefore hear your message, you need to tell them something about you before you tell them what you tell them. In other words, it isn't, let me tell you what I'm going to tell you what I told you. It's let me tell you what I'm going to tell you. Let me tell you who I am so you know it should be me that's telling you. Now let me tell you what I'm going to tell you, and then I can tell you what I've told you. And that makes sense, doesn't it? So it doesn't want to be too long, that's for sure. You're going to be rabbiting on for pages and pages about yourself, but a brief, solid, well-written paragraph that positions you as the person bringing the message to the recipient of the message. Therefore, the message will be received in a totally different way. These days, many, many films have changed the way that they start compared to films from years ago. Old films would start with a big blare of music, the big title coming on, and the names of the stars who were in it. Today, films are different. They start with the hook. What happens is they launch immediately into the action. Lots of things happening. Take a typical James Bond film. There you've got James Bond running, chasing, crashing cars, climbing and jumping over walls, chasing the bad guy, ending up in some sort of confrontation. Wow, we're all breathless already. And then suddenly the film is called this is who's starring in it, and the rest of it. But straight away, we're doing the who's starring in it, which is the credibility bit, which is talking about yourself, because the stars are so well known after that first hook, but before the rest of the action. That is just so important. Let me just look at my notes here, see if there's anything else I wanted to say to you. I think it's this, yes. Would you want to know the source of an idea before you heard the idea or after you heard the idea? And for me, I want to know the source first. I don't mind getting a snippet to see that I'm interested, but then I want to know, where's this come from? Who said this then? Why should I believe you about this? And it's exactly the same with persuasion in print. So I'd urge you to take this idea away and elevate in the copy where you put the details about you, because I think that's really important. So if you've got any comments on this, then by all means put them down here somewhere. We can have a conversation about it. And if I can help you in any way, help you build your business of choice so that you've got freedom from anything that held you back and freedom to be, do and have whatever you've decided that you want in life, then you just need to contact me on this here, success@peterthomson.com. And in the meantime, have fun with this idea. It works well, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye for now. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos. Then click to watch the next video. Remember to visit our website at peterthomson.com and download your free copy of my latest book, How to Write Your Business Book in 5 days or less. Until next time, every success.